And now on to the video that honestly I've been debating whether or not I should even make. Hey guys, how the hell are ya? Time for an all new episode of Arnold Drinks. My name is Arnold, and tonight I drink. So let me weave a quick little tale for you guys and explain why I'm kind of torn over what sort of video this should be. Should this be a straight up review video, or should this be a Tonight I Revisit video? The reason why is because when I was first starting to dip my toe into the world of bourbon with a sort of open-minded curiosity, kind of explaining certain things that I would like to find, everyone pointed me to this bottle, saying this is about as sweet as it gets. This is a be-all, end-all dessert bourbon that stands atop the mountain, so to speak, and this is what you should get into. So this is actually not my first bottle of this that I have purchased. I have purchased other bottles of this, and the results have always been kind of lacking. So this time, I purchased a bottle, honestly, maybe 10 months ago now, and I've kind of sipped a little bit from it here and there. Over time, it's changed up a little bit, because I want to see, is this really the dessert bourbon that everyone has made it out to be? This is Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, 90.4 proof. As you guys probably know by now, the story of this originally produced 10 years ago back in 2012, and this is something that's made by taking Woodford Reserve and then re-barreling it in a second, first toasted and then charred oak barrel, to sort of enrich the flavor a little bit, to sort of give it a flavor infusion, so to speak. A lot of reviewers have remarked about how this thing boasts a lot of s'mores-like qualities. I have not had that up to this point. I have had a lot of, okay, yeah, there's some sweetness underneath, but it's mostly super sharp to me. So I'm like, you know, is it really that dessert bourbon I've been after? Well, let's see now, after not having dove in a long time. And already, this bodes well. So the aroma, I am getting a little bit of a kiss of ethanol, not unlike some other bourbons that are sort of around this 90 proof mark, but also more akin to stuff that's a little bit on the cheaper end of the spectrum. This being about a $46 bottle typically, wouldn't really expect to get that much of an ethanol kiss from the aroma, but oh my god, what everyone has been telling me about forever and ever. There's the toasted marshmallow. It's big, it's bold, it's super present. You do get a little bit of that chocolatey character coming from that 10% malted barley that's in there as well. Yeah. Oh, if this is even half as good as the aroma goes, then this is boding very, very well. I'm getting a little bit of honey. I'm getting a little bit of a syrupy note to it, but mostly big, bold chocolate, and especially that toasted marshmallow thing. Little bit of a buttery note in there as well. That's interesting. Little bit of red fruit present as well. This aroma, a lot more complex than what I'm used to. Maybe not touching this bottle for several months has done some wonders. So let's dive in, let's see. So the toasted marshmallow is there, but it's more muted. Getting a little bit more of like a blackberry kind of thing, dark cherry, a little bit of maraschino in there. That honey note comes through, but it's a little bit more floral on the palate than it was on the aroma. On the aroma, it was just more of like a sweeter kind of honey note, almost like the kind of sweetness you get in a Honey Nut Cheerio. But here, a little bit more complex to it. Let's go in again. So that dark fruit, that muted toasted marshmallows in there. You're getting a little bit of a banana note that's creeping through ever so slightly. A little bit of a graininess to it as well. So you definitely get a little bit of the s'more trifecta in there. You get the marshmallow, you get the chocolate, you get the grain. That chocolate note is also still there, but just like the marshmallow, it's a little bit more pulled back on the palate. What I will tell you is that the finish is ridiculously short on this. So that's already something that I'm finding is to be a little bit lacking. Let's go in again. One of the things that has kind of hampered my appreciation for Woodford Double Oaked pretty much ever since I tasted my first drop of it is that it just tastes sharp. I don't know really how else to describe it. It tastes like something is holding back all of that sweet goodness that's in there, and it just tastes ridiculously sharp. It's not like a dry tannic kind of thing where it sucks all the moisture out of your cheeks. It's just honestly sharp, like when you've had a beer that is maybe a little bit past its prime and it tastes like a little metallic kind of thing. That's kind of the same thing that I'm getting from this, is I'm just getting a sharpness that is just over all the other notes of the flavor to a fault. And you know, it is what it is. I would really like to like this bottle, especially since a lot of people have told me that this is the bottle for me, that if I'm looking for a dessert bourbon, that this really is the bottle for me. But I gotta be honest, I get a hell of a lot more of what I'm looking for out of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I get more of what I'm looking for out of 1792 Sweet Wheat. You know, this thing just doesn't cut it. Doesn't hit the mark that I was looking for. So yeah, it's a little disappointing, to be honest with you. It's not bad, but it just doesn't taste like how I envisioned it to based upon what everyone told me. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Tons more of this content to come. And as always, remember, take what you do seriously. Do not take yourselves too seriously.